Many of you know this face by now. That is Luigi Mangione from a very wealthy family in Baltimore. He went to an all-boys prep school and he graduated top of his class, valedictorian, was Ivy League educated at the University of Pennsylvania, and he has been charged with the assassination of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Also, I'm featured in a 2020 investigative piece on Luigi. It's a special airing this Thursday on ABC. I'm going to watch. After the police arrested him last week, a manifesto or admission of guilt was leaked online. Amongst many things, one that stood out was him specifically name-checking Michael Moore, the noted documentary filmmaker. Luigi cited Michael and New York Times reporter Elizabeth Rosenthal as examples of people who have, quote, illuminated the corruption and greed of the healthcare industry. Michael Moore is known for many things, but one of his most well-known pieces is a 2007 documentary called Sicko, about the corrupt, broken, and awful health insurance industry in the United States. From 2007. Things have not gotten better, they've gotten worse. So, after the shout out from Luigi, what did Michael Moore do? He uploaded his movie, Sicko, on the YT, the tube, and you can watch it in its entirety there, for free. And he also wrote an open letter in response to being mentioned by Luigi. Michael Moore says, in Mangione's manifesto, he said that he was not the most qualified person to lay out the full argument against our for-profit healthcare industry. Apparently, to Mangione, one of those qualified people is me. In his manifesto, he references how I've illuminated the corruption and greed, implying folks should go to my work to understand the complexity and the power-hungry abuse within our current system. It's not often that my work gets a killer 5-star review from an actual killer, and thus my phone has been ringing off the hook, which is bad news because my phone doesn't have a hook. Emails are pouring in, text messages, requests from many in the media. The messages all sound something like this. Luigi mentioned you in his manifesto. The people should listen to you. Will you come on our show or talk to our reporter and tell them that you condemn murder? Do I condemn murder? That's an odd question. In Fahrenheit 9/11, I condemned the murder of hundreds of thousands of innocent Iraqi people and the senseless murder of our own American soldiers at the hands of our American government. In Bowling for Columbine, I condemned the murder of 50,000 Americans every year at the hands of our gun industry and our politicians who do nothing to stop it. In my 35 years as a filmmaker, have I said or done anything that has implied I condone murder? As a teenager, during the Vietnam War, I was required to register for the draft at the local board. There was a box on the form asking me if I had a problem with killing Vietnamese people. Actually, it just asked me to check the box if I was going to file for conscientious objector status, meaning if given the opportunity, would I swear that I would never kill a Vietnamese person? I checked the box. Throughout my adult life, I have repeatedly stated that I am a pacifist. In fact, I have never struck another human in my life, not even on the playground. I was taller and bigger than the other boys, so they mostly left me alone. Usually I was the one who would try to stop the bullies from picking on the smaller kids. When they'd start swinging at me, I would wrap my arms around them, pinning their arms to their sides in my human straitjacket and not letting them go until they stopped. Here's a sad statistic for you. In the United States, we have a whopping 1.4 million people employed with the job of denying health care. versus only 1 million doctors in the entire country. That's all you need to know about America. We pay more people to deny care than to give it. 1 million doctors to give care, 1.5 million brutes in cubicles doing their best to stop doctors from giving that care. If the purpose of healthcare is to keep people alive, then what is the purpose of denying people healthcare, other than to kill them? I definitely condemn that kind of murder, and in fact, I already did. In 2007, I made a film, Sicko, about America's bloodthirsty, profit-driven, and murderous health insurance system. It was nominated for an Oscar. It's the second largest grossing film of my career, after Fahrenheit 9/11. And over the past 15 years, millions upon millions of people have watched it, including, apparently, Luigi Mangione. After the killing of the CEO of United Healthcare, the largest of these billion-dollar insurance companies, there was an immediate outpouring of anger toward the health insurance industry. Some people have stepped forward to condemn this anger. I am not one of them. The anger is 1,000% justified. It is long overdue for the media to cover it. It is not new. It has been boiling, and I'm not going to tamp it down or ask people to shut up. I want to pour gasoline on that anger. Because this anger is not about the killing of a CEO. If everyone who was angry was ready to kill the CEOs would already be dead. This is not what this reaction is about. It is about the mass death and misery, the physical pain, the mental abuse, the medical debt, the bankruptcies in the face of denied claims and denied care, and bottomless deductibles on top of ballooning premiums that this healthcare industry has levied against the American people for decades. With no one standing in their way, just a government, two broken parties enabling the industry's theft and, yes, murder. And now the press is calling me to ask, why are people angry, Mike? Do you condemn murder, Mike? Yes, I condemn murder. And that's why I condemn America's broken, vile, rapacious, bloodthirsty, unethical, immoral healthcare industry. And I condemn every one of the CEOs who are in charge of it. And I condemn every politician who takes their money and keeps this system going instead of tearing it up, ripping it apart, and throwing it all away. We need to replace this system with something sane, something caring and loving, something that keeps people alive. This is a moment where we can create that change. People across America are not celebrating the brutal murder of the father of 2 kids from Minnesota. They are screaming for help. They are telling you what's wrong. They are saying this system is not just, and it is not right, and it cannot continue. They want retribution. They want justice. They want health care, and they want to use their money to live, not to throw it away each month into a black hole of health insurance premiums, only to discover that when the time finally comes to use their insurance, when the legs break or the car crashes or the gun accidentally goes off, their health insurance company is there not to help them, but to deny their claim, bankrupt them with deductibles and copays, and give them the runaround until their spirit is broken and they just give up and want to die. And that's actually just a snippet of what Michael Moore has to say. There's a lot more on his Substack. I highly suggest you subscribe and check out what he is saying in full, because not only is he a loud voice, a powerful one, but he's a very experienced and smart one. And I'm in a cynical mood. I don't think things will change. I wish they would, but if they would have changed, they would have changed already. Same with gun laws. Gun laws have not changed to better our future, to protect ourselves and our children. What makes me think things are going to change in healthcare now or in the next 20 years? Thoughts on this? Thoughts on what Michael Moore has said? Thoughts on Luigi? Thoughts on everything? Share them all in the comments section.